Plus, you know, I always start with some memorabilia. This guy's not wearing the right hat. Well, there's a reason for that. He used to wear two hats. One with the Dodgers. This is one of my favorite books, too. Moonshots. Wally Moon. Reflections on a Baseball Life. Not only is it signed, but Wally Moon wrote me a letter here. Look at that. And along with it is a letter from Mark Langell, who got me the book. So thanks again to Mark on Dodger Station, of course. But it's a great book, and if you ever see it somewhere, pick it up. Moonshots. Wally Moon, one of our early heroes here. If you're a Dodger fan from the 50s like I am. And that was when I had I went to my first game in 1959 at the Coliseum. We're going to talk about something that happened at the Coliseum a little later on. Give me an 8-count blip countdown. Can we have one? Yes. Boop. Go. Great. Yeah, they're playing tonight.
It's time for
Yep.
Dodger Baseball.
It's Monday. I'm Randy. You know who you are. Come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your LA Dodgers. And, of course, you know that's because we're number one fans here. Everybody here a number one fan? Okay. You better be. Otherwise, you won't understand the trivia questions we do. All right. Today's the 22nd day of June. Our last show was on the 18th. You can find us in YouTube at youtube.com/@Let'sTalkDodgers. youtube.com/@Let'sTalkDodgers for all the videos. If you're watching Facebook, we're always here on Facebook too, on Let's Talk Dodgers page. In the news, the Dodgers won only one game from the O's during that last series. Woo! Yeah. Nobody was cheering. They were booing. Let's talk about one of those games, but we'll highlight, or lowlight in this case, a few things about the other two games that we lost. I don't like talking about it, but hey, it's part of the game. You can't win them all, but sometimes you wish you could. All right, the Dodgers only won one game from the O's. In Game 1, Dalton Rushing singled in the tying run, and a throwing error by Tyler O'Neill scored the go-ahead run in the bottom of the ninth, helping the Dodgers to rally past the O's 6-5 on Friday night. It was the team's fourth walk-off win this season. Yeah. Come on, let's hear it. Wait a minute. One good thing, Mookie hit one out in the ninth. Let's hear it.
Here's only 2 outs to work with. That flips it high in the air to left field. Back at the wall. This ball is gone. And the Dodgers are not going to go quietly.
No, they did not.
They may not be through yet.
Yeah, they weren't through. They did. That's right. That just got us started in that ninth. All right. In Game 2, Trevor Rogers allowed one hit over dominating 7 scoreless innings. The O's beat the Dodgers 3-2 on Saturday night. Next. Talk about losses. Game 3. Can we not talk about a 12-1 loss? All right, wait a minute. 2 things in the 12-1 loss that were pretty cool. I can't say anything's cool in a 12-1 loss, but here are 2 things. One, the Dodgers did manage 7 or more Ks in each of these games in this series. Yeah. I mean, in the first game, they got 10 strikeouts. In the second game, they got 11. And in the third game, they got 9. So we got 7 strikeouts or more in each game, which meant free jumbo jacks every day. And we'll talk more about that stat in a few minutes. So that's good. And the next thing that's cool, and I'm sure you saw it if you were still a real fan like we are, and you got to have one of these. Are you a number one fan? All right, you'll like this one. Yeah, we were losing, but as the rules now state, you can toss in a position player to pitch if you're getting blown out or if you're blowing somebody else out. And, of course, in that game, in Game 3, not only did Miggy Rowe throw a scoreless 9th inning. Wait a minute. I didn't say get to cheer yet. But he did it. Did you guys see this? He pitched great. He got 3 outs, 1, 2, 3. But he did it with 7 pitches. Our starters don't even do that. Anyway, Miggy Rowe did a great job, so I'll give him another shout out. Miggy Rowe. He's got to play one more year. God, he's got to get one more year in. All right, Dodgers are now 49-29, good for first place in the NL West by 9 games over the Padres. Wait a minute. Gets better. 9.5 over the D-Bags. Oh, wait. And the best is 17.5 games over the Giants. You got to love it. And, of course, 19 games ahead of the Rockies. We can't cheer. Anyway, let's do an injury report. We got some surprises here. And do I have a news sticky ready? Yeah, we're going to use the news sticky. What's a news sticky? We'll tell you in a minute. Injury report. Will Smith and his stiff neck. He's expected to return in early July. His current status is that he's not traveling with the team on this 3-city road trip. He could be activated during the homestand beginning July 2nd. That's the good news. All right. Update on Teoscar Hernandez and his left hamstring strain. He will begin a rehab assignment with AAA Oklahoma City tomorrow on Tuesday, 3.5 weeks after he was placed on the 10-day injured list with a strained left hamstring. The plan is for Teo to play out the week with the Comets, playing 4 or 5 games in the road series in Reno before likely being activated during the Dodgers series against the A's in Sacramento starting June 29th. So that's good news. And Blake Trinan has right elbow inflammation. He's expected back in July. Imaging revealed no structural damage in his elbow. That's his good news. Just inflammation due to wear and tear. He's getting up there. What is he, 36, 37? So that's good. Now we got a little breaking news. So turn on the news sticky. You ready? Go. Brock Stewart has been activated off the IL. He'll be available tonight as a 1:35 this afternoon. That's great news. All right. We'll hear that news sticky again sometime. Let's get into the fun stuff. Okay, voting is still going on in the first round of voting for the All-Star game. If you haven't voted, get in there and do it. Don't forget to vote for all the Dodgers on the 2026 All-Star team. Voting is now online. You can vote up to 5 times a day per email address. So you have like 5 emails. You can do 25 times. Major League Baseball is doing away with it. Oh yeah, new rules governing the home run derby. Major League Baseball is doing away with the timers that govern the home run derby since 2015, reverting to a swing-based format this year's competition at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia on July 13th. The first derby to stream live on Netflix. Do you care? Well, I can get Netflix, but somebody will be streaming it. Don't worry about it. 8 players are going to make up the field as usual, same as in past years, but instead of trying to hit as many homers as they can during a timed round, participants will start each round with a finite number of swings. 20 swings is all you get in round 1. You get 15 swings in round 2. This should make it easier on the guys. 15 again in the final round. Now all swings will count against a player's swing allotment, whether it results in a homer or not. So it's a home run or nothing on Home Run Derby. It's like it used to be in 1959. However, a player who homers on his final swing of a round can also keep swinging until he doesn't hit one. So if a guy goes on a tear his last couple of swings, or his last swing, he can just keep going until he doesn't hit one. Does that sound fair to you? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I like it. Should be interesting. Will you be watching? I don't get Netflix, but I kind of do. But anyway, and if not, we'll find it. By the way, we're going to update the 7 or 6 ways you can watch games for free, because that's been updated. We're going to do it next time, but it's a little different now, so I'll have to tell you about it later. You have shout-outs? Yep, we got some shout-outs. Let's see if we can get these shout-outs right. All right, you ready? Yeah, here's some. You'll notice some regulars in here and some not so regulars, some irregulars, and some newbies and stuff. Let's see if we can get these guys. Let's see. Today we have Bradley A. He's a regular. Belinda F. Peggy S. Nancy L. Randy S. Judy R. Jeanette W. Jeanette H. Terry K. Cheryl C. She's a regular. Steve G. Rodrigo E. Ray B. Eleanor G. Jerry V. Steve D. Roger Yee, and you and me and Fox Jabri, who's Fox Kelly because he is El Zorro. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Thanks for subscribing to YouTube and following us here on Facebook. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends. Tell them to vote for All-Stars. But also tell them to watch here. Tell them to like us on Facebook. And tell them to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. We're always talking Dodgers in here. We're always talking Dodgers in here. We're always talking all kinds of Dodgers in here. And that's how we roll. So glad you're here with us. And can I hear it one more time for the newbies? All right, thank you so much. Also, if you have fan mail, you can toss in the Facebook page here or write to us at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. That's letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. For the first time this season, you also, if you have comments, you'll be able to be allowed to make them in this YouTube video. If you have an account, just log in and leave a comment. I read them when I get a chance. It's very hard to get to all of them, but there's a lot of stuff in here. All right, let's do this date in Dodger history. Talk about 1959 and heroes. Wow. In fact, this guy was in that game. If I take a look and see what he did, I can look and see what he did. On this date, June 22nd, 1959, at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, Sandy Koufax faced 39 batters, goes the distance to beat the Phillies 6-2. Wait, that's not all. The Dodgers Southpaw fans 16 Philadelphia batters to set a new record for strikeouts in a night game. And in that game, Carl Furillo went 2 for 4. Koufax gave up 10 hits, but only walked 3, struck out the aforementioned 16 to get the W for the Blue, 6-2. Yeah. And it happened on this date, June 22nd, 1959 at the Coliseum. All right, stats of the day. Just one quick one for now. Friday night's win versus the O's was the team's 23rd comeback win this season. I believe that's good for either first or second place in the major. I think we're second in that. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, Jack in the Box Jumbo Jack Watch. We're still doing it. 7 or more Ks by our staff get you 1 free Jumbo Jack the next day at any Jack in the Box in LA and Ventura counties. Right now, the team has done it 64 out of 78 games. That's a tick over. Well, that's around 82%. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So the Dodgers still, that means 82% of the games they play this year, the next day you could walk in to your favorite Jack in the Box near you and get a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink, of course. Thanks, Jack, and thanks, pitching staff. You're doing a great job. Whenever the pitching staff gets 7 or more Ks, all you do is walk into your neighborly Jack in the Box restaurant in LA or Ventura County. All you have to say is, give me the Dodger deal, please. And when you buy a large drink, you get a free Jumbo Jack any way you like it fixed. Quick hit trivia. I got a real wild one today. I don't think many people will know this off the top of their heads. They can guess. I think if Mark Langelo's watching, I don't know if he does, but he knows the answer to this. He thrives on this kind of stuff. This goes way back to where this gentleman actually played. Well, actually, he played in L.A., but because in '59 we were here, but he played in Brooklyn when he was with the Cardinals. All right, pardon me. How many seasons was each of these two names used? In other words, how many seasons did they use the moniker Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers? And how many seasons did they use the name Brooklyn Robins, named after their manager, Mr. Robinson? So we're going to tell you that. Technically, if you get crazy about it, we'll let you know if you're right or wrong, but I'll give you the answer in just a few minutes. So how many seasons did they actually, and the sports writers, write up that they were called the Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers? And how many seasons did they use Brooklyn Robins? There were a few other names in the 1800s, but we're not going to talk about those. These are only since 1900. All right? All right, we'll talk to you about that in just a few minutes. We're going to go to do the secret stuff next week about our free ways to watch Dodger games. I'm going to revamp the whole thing, so bring your pencil and pen next time, and we'll write those down because there's different ways now. Some of them are similar, but a lot of them are cut out now, so we'll tell you which ones are gone. All right? All right, let's get you out to the ballpark. The Dodgers are in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, to play the Twinkies, the Twins, Monday, June 22nd. That's today, in about another hour or so, hour plus, hour and 20 minutes, actually. Eric Lauer and his 1-0 record and his 3.22 ERA goes against Zebby Matthews. Zebby, Z-E-B-B-Y. He's 3-4 with a 4.78 for the Twinkies. That's a 4:40 start. 4:40. All 3 games this week with the Twins. 4:40 p.m. Pacific time. Today's game is on Sportsnet LA. All right. I'll have a Cheryl alert in a minute. Tuesday, June 23rd, Justin Robleski. Robo's 8-2 with a 2.72 ERA. That's pretty darn good. He's going up against the Twins' Joe Ryan, who's 5-3 with a 2.99 ERA. 4:40 p.m. start also on Sportsnet LA. And for those who are out of market and some in market, Cheryl alert, Cheryl alert, Cheryl alert. Tuesday's game is also on TBS. So check it out. In fact, whenever we've been on TBS, Sportsnet LA carries it also. So we usually get a double simulcast, or actually not a simulcast because TBS has their own announcers, which I don't really care about. But if you're out of market, you don't get the Dodgers, TBS is your place tomorrow at 4:40. Wednesday, June 24th, he's back. Shohei Ohtani. He's 7-2 with a 1.47 ERA. Are you kidding me? He's going up against Connor Prilip. He's 2-5 with a 5.17 ERA for the Twins. That's also a 4:40 game, all 3 games, 4:40 p.m. Pacific time on Sportsnet LA. And remember, Tuesday's game is also on TBS. All right, let's give you the quick hit trivia answer. How many seasons was each name used by the team? See if anybody knew this one. How many got it? How many seasons were they known specifically as the Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers? Anybody know? Well, to my count, it was 1911 and 1912 were the only 2 years they used it. So 2 years on that one. How many years were they known as only the Brooklyn Robins? Now, some people have say 6. Yeah, 6 is pretty close, although in my travels I found out they were also known by 2 names during the full 18 years that they used Robins. So you could say 6 hard years, but they did another couple of 6s after that because it was 18 years from 1914 to 1931. People called them either the Brooklyn Robins or the Dodgers. So the the Brooklyn Dodgers were known as the Brooklyn Dodgers from the late 20s and 30s as well. However, if you notice in there, I said 1911 and 12 for the Trolley Dodgers, 1914 for Brooklyn Robins. What happened in 1913? They were known exclusively as the Brooklyn Dodgers that 1 year. Then they started calling them the Robins every year for about 6 years. And then after about 6, some people still called them that, but that faded away. But they used it for another 6 or 10 years after that. So it was about 18 years total. Now, if you notice, they always call them in certain places the Brooklyn Dodgers as a franchise because that's pretty much as they were known in the beginning. In the first 68 years, they were in Brooklyn, so that's what they called them. Of course, from 32 to 57, they were the Brooklyn Dodgers, 26 including that 1913 season. That's kind of crazy. Now, note this. During the 18-year stretch when some called them the Robins, they were also called the Brooklyn Dodgers by fans and sports writers, and you could look it up. Strange, but true. All right, that's the end of that. Let's move on. Other cool stuff. Don't forget, I tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content from time to time on our team on the Facebook page, usually on days off. There's a day off coming this Thursday. Right, guys? They could tell you that. I bet you Mookie could tell you that. So on Thursday, when there's no game, we'll be doing a show. And underneath the show, I usually try to post if it's a film or a video or recording or something of the Dodgers that you can enjoy while there's a day off. All right? All right, so we're going to talk to you again soon, probably on Thursday. That's what I said. You can write to me at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. Hit us on the Facebook page or even on our YouTube page if you log into YouTube. Thanks for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Don't forget to subscribe to us and post up in YouTube. Tell all your Dodger friends where we are. We're here on Facebook, and we will talk to you again on Thursday. Meanwhile,
I still think the Dodgers end up winning that division probably handily.
Yeah, me too. I agree. Meantime, come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers on Thursday, all right? And in the meantime, we got to beat the Twinkies. Beat the Twins. See you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Time for Dodger Baseball.
Great book. Wow. Wally Moon. Nobody like him. I want to see some moonshots this week.